Why Rebecca Lobo thinks Fever fans shouldn't panic during Caitlin Clark's absence. The Indiana Fever were already stuck in a rut without superstar guard Caitlin Clark when further injuries hit the team's roster on Friday. Guards Sophie Cunningham and Sydney Colson both exited the team's Friday home loss to the Connecticut Sun and will be out for an undetermined amount of time with injuries, even if coach Stephanie White alluded that their injuries are not serious. The team signed former Los Angeles Sparks and Atlanta Dream guard Aari McDonald with an emergency hardship exception on Monday to bolster the team's depth, but the 2-4 Fever realistically won't get where the team wants to without Clark, Cunningham, and Colson all back in the lineup. Even with Cunningham's and Colson's injuries factoring into the equation, ESPN analyst and WNBA legend Rebecca Lobo stuck with her Friday sentiment that the Fever will be just fine in the long run. I'm sure Fever fans were expecting a very different start, but they should not be worried. I don't think at all, Lobo said during the Friday SportsCenter segment with Al Duncan. Lobo's logic is very sound and pragmatic. This is a team built around what Clark can do best, as it should be considering how great of a talent she is. Indiana's ceiling is reached by maximizing what Clark does best, and it's obviously hard to reach that ceiling when she's not playing. Losing Clark was a huge blow to the team's efforts to gel with a lot of new pieces, and with a new system that White has implemented. And now they're down two more integral pieces in Cunningham and Colson. The team's immediate struggles don't portend a lost season, particularly once Clark gets back in the rotation. However, things might still be rocky in the interim. For the Fever, it's going to be hard to come by convincing wins without Clark, as the team is constructed. However, the team should in theory remain somewhat competitive until Clark's return. Once this team gets back to full health, and if no other injuries bubble up, the Fever team that blew out the Chicago Sky to open the year and nearly beat the New York Liberty should be able to finally find its footing and make serious waves in the 2025 WNBA season. Lobo is right that panic isn't the right response. Until the team becomes whole again and can finally gel together, Indy will just have to get by as best as it can without the engine that powers its full potential.